Today, I'll be showing you the oldest recipe I know how to make. And by old, I don't mean it's a really old recipe. Old as in it's the first thing I ever learned how to cook. Beef and broccoli. I learned this recipe back in high school when I used to do a lot of takeout, and once I learned how to make it from scratch, I basically ate this every day. And today, I'll be showing you how to make it. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy, and it's tasty. Let's begin. You know the drill. First thing first, it's prep time. Now, you're going to be getting yourself some thin cut steaks. About 1 centimeter in thickness, and you're going to be cutting them into about bite-sized pieces like this. If you find the cut too long, just cut in half. Once it's done being cut, put it in a bowl, and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to it. Then we're just going to mix it all in. This will give the beef a good consistency when it cooks. Just make sure that everything is coated evenly. After that, we're going to prep our broccoli. Take a paring knife and just cut diagonally into the floret like this. That way you'll get the little bite-sized pieces of broccoli that you're used to seeing. Now, this root is edible and we're not going to waste it, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut it into thin slices, like so. And then we're going to julienne the broccoli into small little sticks. You're looking for something about this thickness, that way it'll cook evenly with the rest of the broccoli and you can eat it. Won't be too tough. Next, we're going to cut the broccoli florets into half, and we're just going to pry them apart like this. Once you're done, you'll put everything in a bowl, and it'll look like you have a lot more broccoli than you started off with. Next, we're going to prepare our sauce. It is 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 4 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Make sure to stir everything together so that it's combined. Now, you actually need to make the sauce 2 times because you need 2 separate portions of it, one for the vegetables and one for the beef when we're cooking. I'll explain it more when we get there. But go ahead and make yourself the sauce twice. Next, our carrot. Peel it. Cut off the top and the bottom. And then you're just going to chop it into small little pucks. Now, as you're cutting it, if it starts to roll like this, just take your peeler, peel off a small portion of it to make a flat side, and start cutting from there. That way, it won't roll around and you keep your fingers safe. Once your carrots are done, you're going to put it with your broccoli because they're all going to cook together. Next, we're going to prepare our cornstarch slurry. So 1 tablespoon of cornstarch for 3 tablespoons of water and stirred well. That's to help thicken the sauce. Next, we're going to prepare our garlic. Smash it, dice it, and rock chop it to get a fine mince. Once it's ready, put it aside. We're going to start prepping our ginger. Grab your ginger, cut off a small nub, lay it down flat, and we're going to peel it with a spoon. Just light pressure and just scrape across it and all the skin will come off. Then we're going to cut it one way, slice it the next, and rock chop it to get a fine mince. Move your spoon and keep rock chopping. We're going to pair that with the garlic because it goes in together. This is everything you're going to need to start off your stir fry for your beef and broccoli. So make sure it's prepared because once we start cooking, we move fast. Now it's time to cook. Get your pot or wok on with water and get it up to a boil. Once it gets up to a boil, we're going to be adding the broccoli and the carrots together as one. Make sure to stir everything so that nothing gets stuck on the sides and everyone gets good contact with the water. And you're going to bring everything back up to a boil and blanch them for about 3 minutes. Once the 3 minutes is up, you're going to bring them over to your sink and drain them. And then put them on the side so to collect all the excess water. Next, we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of oil into the pot or wok. And once it gets to a smoke point, like you see here, we're going to add the beef. Now, quickly start stirring the beef in. You're going to see that it's going to start cooking immediately. That's okay. That's what you're looking for. Once it's cooked about 50% of the way, you're going to add your first portion of sauce. This will help braise the beef, and you're going to keep cooking it like this for about another minute until it's about 80 to 85% cooked. They'll still be a little pink red. That's perfectly fine. Once it gets to that point, put the beef to the side, scrape up as much sauce as possible from the wok. You don't want to waste anything, and wash your wok. Now, once your wok is dry, you'll put it back on max heat, add about another tablespoon to 3 of oil. Once it gets back to a smoke point, you're going to add the garlic and the ginger, and you're going to stir fry this for about 30 seconds. No more than that, because it will burn. Then you're going to re-add the beef, start stirring it in. And then you're going to add all your vegetables back in. Make sure to get everything, don't miss a single scrap. PSA, don't overstuff your wok, it will get messy. It did for me. Now, just stir fry everything. You can't do this, a standard stir is perfectly fine. Once everything is coated, you're going to add the second portion of sauce. It's a little watery right now, that's fine, because now we're adding the cornstarch. Once the cornstarch is added, you're going to keep on stir frying it until the sauce thickens up. The sauce should get to a boil, and it'll start thickening it up like this. Also, make sure you get every little last bit covered in the sauce so that you can have a nice, even coating. It's time to plate. So, grab your plate, put your rice in a mold, small bowl that you have so that you get this nice, cute little dome of rice. 1 scoop, 2 scoops, and then garnish the rice with black sesame, and garnish the beef and broccoli with white sesame. And you're done. The food is done. I am going to go eat because I've been looking forward to this for far too long. So remember, ring that bell for notifications, subscribe for more. I will see you all next time. Order up! I needed caffeine. Oh, I'm old. I needed caffeine.